What's the most overrated food? Expensive food with gold shavings. What's that about? Do you eat it to feel rich and powerful or something? I'm sure gold doesn't taste very good and is not normally supposed to be eaten. Truffle. When used in sparing amounts it's good. But most of the time there's so much and it's too overpowering. Caviar. Just lil salty balls, no thanks. Don't nobody say tacos, I will fight you. Wings. They used to be great when they were still treated like the worst part of a chicken and were priced accordingly. Now they're just as expensive as the meatier bits. Macaroons. I don't understand why people like them. Red velvet cake. It's good but not godly like it's often presented. Good pizza can never be rated high enough. But fast food pizza? Bleg. White chocolate. It's just sweet wet wax. No flavor other than sweet. No nice texture, just nasty. Not pizza. Bacon. It's good and all but not the alpha and omega. McDonald's. Ranch dressing. Filet steak. Yes, it is an amazing cut of beef, but it is bland in flavor and so lean that its lack of fat leaves it dry unless you fry it heavily in butter. And given its price per kilo, you'd be far better off getting a ribeye where its own fat melts into the meat for added flavor. And it's so much cheaper. Oreos. Cakes that's well decorated and looks great, but it's really just a simple sponge with tons of frosting, sugar and food coloring. Oysters and escargot. Candy. Fucking nothing but sugar. And when was the last time you ate candy and said, boy, I'm stuffed? Chipotle. Easily it tastes like a little taste and bad texture FRS. Any of the so-called superfoods. No. Eating kale or an acai bowl will not magically make you healthier. Nor do they contain more nutrients. Does ketchup count? Fast food. Everything I've had from Chick-fil-A. The chicken is so salty it doesn't even taste like chicken. I also don't understand the hype behind the Chick-fil-A sauce. Mochi. Bay salt. Popeye spicy chicken sandwich. It's not worth dying over. Crumble cookies. Bacon. By far, it's the most overblown and overhyped food ever to exist. Pizza. People talk like it's God reincarnate. It's good but not that good. Chicken breasts. Dry and flavorless unless you dump equal parts of flavoring on it. Beef filet mignon. Has next to no flavor because of its near complete lack of marbling. It almost always is overcooked at restaurants, making it taste dry and chalky. And it usually costs multiple times more than much more flavorful cuts. Popcorn. Didn't taste great and getting all the crap stuck in your teeth and throat is a nightmare. Flavored popcorn is ALR though. Lobster, shrimp are better and cheaper. I'm prepared for down votes, but sushi. I just don't understand sushi. Steak. It's just a boring slab of meat, get over it guys. Avocado. Avocado. McDonald's fries. I love a good French fry but I think theirs are garbage. Kale. I wouldn't say that they're overrated per se. But I've always thought that strawberries look way better than what they actually taste. Strawberry, strawberry, strawberry. Any pasta with Alfredo sauce. It's just cream that occasionally has a butter taste. It's fine food. I'm a big fan of plain buttered noodles myself, but it's low effort, boring and overrated. Domino's pizza. It's bad and always has been. Truffles, the ones you dig up. Bacon is excruciatingly mediocre. Truffles tastes nasty to me. I'd pay extra to keep it off my food. Truffles. Sushi. I don't like sushi. I try it every so often and it's still gross. Props to you for liking it. Sushi. Truffle oil. Pâté. Like. I've had good pâté, but I'd just as soon put grocery store cheese and ham on a cracker. It's not that special. Sushi. I think Italian food is pretty overrated. Like. A lot of carbs. Prosciutto and this cold cuts. IDK. Not my vibe. Truffles. WTF? Bacon. Steak. Sushi. Some people consider foods like truffle oil or some modern superfoods to be overrated. It ultimately depends on individual taste and preferences. Candy. I can understand people who have a sweet tooth, but I don't and never have. OFC. I ate candy as a kid, but not as much as you would think. Now, as a 24-year-old, I almost never eat candy. I have a small piece maybe twice a year. Italian. It's noodles and sauce. Guacamole. Avocado. Fishy, fleshy, meaty green fruit. Bacon. Uncrustables are so dumb. It's literally a PBJ with no crust. I could just make a PBJ and control the amount of peanut butter and jam I want. I could cut the crust off, but I like the crust, and this would cost much less than a box of 4 shitty sandwiches. Kale. Gnocchi. Fine dining. It's such a bullshit way of separating you from your money. I know it's the experience, but I could never justify the cost. Lobster. I hate sashimi. How can they eat a raw meat? Poutine. And yes, I am a Canadian. Jamaican patties. I've never had one that wasn't dry as fuck. Chocolate. Asparagus. That shit is horrible. Brussels sprouts. Truffles of any kind. Lobster mushrooms are far superior. Caviar. Any food with a cream sauce. Steak. Filet mignon. Unreal disappointing. Bacon. Arugula. Stop ruining pizza with it, it's awful. Anything with fondant. Bacon. It's either too floppy or too burnt. Too oily or too dry. Too salty or too bland. I've never enjoyed the taste either, to be honest. I wouldn't say I hate it. But if I never have it again, I'd be fine. And although I do enjoy some of them, I think soup is also overrated. Especially ones that are just thin broth with some floating soggy vegetable pieces. I love a good, thicker stew. But like, a bowl of hot salty water with scraps in it? Next. Edit typos. Oysters. At best, a salty, funky vessel for a bit of seasoning and sauce. At worst, like swallowing a consumptive's loogie. Pasta. It's okay, I guess. Tastes kind of like nothing. And only really eaten as a sauce delivery vehicle, for which there are better choices. I have no idea why so many POP are crazy about pasta. Fried gorilla. Fuck it. Steak. I like a good steak. But the only reason it gets all this hype as like the going out and treating yourself type of food is because of the whole vibe of a steakhouse. The atmosphere. The sides. The customization. You don't get all that at a place that serves mainly chicken. But that doesn't make the steak itself all that great. It's still just firmly thumbs up. Sushi. Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. It always tastes overcooked and bland to me. I be tried in at many places and it's always underwhelming. Poutine. I mean, it's just fries with packet gravy. Mid at best. Brussels sprouts. Grass-fed beef.